Hi, this is Arthur, and I am talking through this because I recorded an audio track for this before it got deleted, and now I gotta do this again. Anyways, this is my run of Spiral Abyss Floor 12. I did not record the other 3 floors because they didn't seem that difficult, and this was by far the most difficult one, especially because you kind of requires you to have a Geo character. I was very lucky in that I built a Ningguang early on because I just like Ningguang, and for no other reason than that. But so I'm a free-to-play player. I've been playing since day 2 of release. I've spent exactly $1 on this account, and that's it. I haven't bought anything else, no Welkin, no nothing. And I'll go over my characters at the end. But I think what I really want to emphasize with this video is that you, for me as a free-to-play player, without, the power of the wallet to spend on characters, I really had to pick, from day one I knew I had to pick the characters that would add the most to my account. I couldn't just roll for everything and then hope to beat content. Like, I know this is a gacha game, there's going to be power creep, no matter how slight. Things are going to get more difficult. You're going to need a lot of different rolls. You're going to need more and more damage as the years progress. And you're going to need characters of different utility, different elements, because they're going to create enemies that require you to have characters of certain elements. So that's what my thought process is when I started playing the game. I needed characters to help me progress. And that's generally what I get out of gacha games. I like progression. I like progression without spending any money, and that's part of the fun for me, is that, how far can I go in a game without spending any money? Can I compete with people who have spent money? Can I surpass people who spent money? That's like the most interesting part about playing gacha games. I'm playing Genshin for me. Can I just build a team that can do everything? Can I do everything that people who spend money do and do it without spending a penny? And you can in this game. You definitely can if you plan well. So I'll just sit quietly through this, or I'll just let this play, and I'll comment at the end when I show the characters. Okay, so speed through if you want to get to the end, but if you want to see how I do this, then feel free to watch. Oh, I should also mention that this is like one playthrough. I do fail a few times and retry some of the rounds. So if you see me retry, you're gonna see a few times that I don't quite figure out what to do. But I'll talk more about it at the end.
Pound it to the ground!
Let's light it up! Don't waste my time. It's nothing. Born of ice and frost. Next on the agenda, this is long overdue. Give up. Submit. Teamwork is dreamwork. No touching.
Solidify! I will have order!
Inazuma shines eternal! Illusion shut!
Order guide you! Stabilize!
Huh? Let me weave you a verse.
Solidify!
Target practice. Shine down! Now you shall perish! Crack your wings and raise a storm! Rain cutter! Rain outlines your fate. Where do you think you're my soul!
I just wanted to talk a little bit about this part. This is the part that makes this abyss really difficult, because this, you need to bring a rock element, stone element character, and if you don't have one, this becomes really, like, it's RNG. You gotta wipe it out, like, early. Otherwise, it's just so difficult to beat this, almost impossible. And I was just very lucky that I just built a Ningguang, and I could just take them down really quickly. I restart this earlier because, or is it this time that I restart? Yeah, I restart here because I realized that I could just shoot arrows at it with Ganyu instead of firing with Ningguang the whole time and deal pretty good damage. So I restart and do it again. But this is definitely one of the more annoying ones. You pretty much deal. My strategy was just to shoot as many arrows that it deals as much damage as possible. When it drops the wolves and puts up its wolf shield, then that's the easiest time to just bring it down. Ningguang is like perfect for bringing down the wolf's shields. And after that, it's just a it's a matter of one phasing it, dealing as much damage so he doesn't go back into the sky. It comes up in a minute or so, but I think I barely one phase it. It gets back up in the sky, and then I hit it with a few more Ganyu arrows and finally bring it down. Anyways, that's enough for now. I'll talk to it later.
Time to go. There is no escape. Now you shall perish. Finally, some target practice. Illusion shattered.
Gather.
Rain cutter. Rain outlines your fate. Know my structure wings and raise a storm. Where do you think? Let's light it up! Everybody stand back!
Access denied. It's nothing. For Rex Lapis. No touching. Give up. It's nothing.
I'm going in!
Hey, nice and split. I can fix this.
Solidified.
Shine down.
Rain outlines your fate. Witness the power of Gua.
Torn to oblivion.
Gather! This is order!
Now you
Just a
shall
quick tip
perish.
for the Jade
There is no
Plume
escape.
Terror Shroom. I thought about using Hutel first and just hitting it, but because of how the mechanics work, you're better off using an electro character on it and making it go crazy. And then after it goes crazy, it might charge at you, so you want to position yourself between it and a wall, so that it runs into the wall instead of running across the entire arena. So that's the basic strat I used for it. I'm sure there's other people who came up with something else, like just smack it until it dies or something like that, but that's what I came up with. For this part, when you get to the wolf part, I think I retried here, because I wasn't dealing, somebody died or I wasn't dealing enough damage, but I think the main thing to keep in mind here is you want some AoE characters,
Blaze over.
but
Born of ice and
the main thing I had to keep in mind was after you beat all the little wolves, the 3 big wolves show up, and there's one wolf with the glowing circle under it, and that's the one that triggers the waves of rocks. That's the one you should kill first. I don't know if it has more HP than the others, probably not. But that's the one I focused on, because those rocks can kill all of my characters. If you don't have like a shielder or some like very good healing, or if you're not trying to dodge over and over again, because I was playing Ganyu, I had to stand still and shoot arrows, so I couldn't exactly dodge all the rocks every time. But you want to kill, over there, you want to kill that one with the glowing circle and you focus on that one. After you kill that one, the other 2 are not really as much of a threat. It's really this glowing one that keeps firing waves of rocks at you. And then it's pretty easy after that.
I'm a little.
Let's light it up! No, my sword! Let me weave you a verse. Rain out.
Shine down. Inazuma shines eternal. There is no escape.
Stabilize! I will have order!
Witness the power.
Higher, higher, hands on fire. Shine down. Now you shall perish. Access denied.
Teamwork is dreamwork!
All hail. Eat this. Don't waste my time. Born of ice and frost.
Everybody stand back!
This is long overdue.
Boba, get them! You're toast!
Give up.
I'm going in!
It's nothing. Your life is mine.
Let's light it up! Everybody stand back!
Access denied. Blaze over. Give up. Submit.
Let's light it up!
Nice and spicy.
Yeah! Teamwork is dreamwork!
Born of ice and frost. You're toast.
Okay, so that's 36 Star of the Abyss. I think something important to mention is that I did this with a C3 raiden engulfing lightning. I had put up a video earlier of me rolling for her, but I will say that I beat this before 36 started before with a C1 raiden, which really doesn't add any damage. It adds like energy recharge, I think. It helps you get more energy recharge. And she was equipped with the primordial jade wing spear. So no, she wasn't anywhere near as strong as she is now. And I still 36 started with these two teams. So that should be known. I'm going to show off some of my characters now. This is Hu Tao, C1 with a Homa. She's on Shimenawa's set, which I think I show in a minute. But I think Hu Tao's coming up, and I think people are thinking, should they roll for her? And my personal feelings on it are, if you don't have Zhongli, if you don't have Xingqiu, you should not roll for Hu Tao. Like, the fourth character doesn't really matter on the team, but if you don't have these two, Zhongli, Xingqiu, you should not roll for Hu Tao. Oh, if you don't have Zhongli, Xingqiu, or the Staff of Homa, I would not roll for Hu Tao. I know that's a controversial opinion because a lot of people say the Staff of Homa is unnecessary. Personally, the damage bonus the Staff of Homa gives me, the HP bonus, it's too good. And I don't know if I would want to play Hu Tao without a Staff of Homa. If you don't have enough primos for a Staff of Homa, or if you don't already have one, personally, I wouldn't even roll for Hu Tao. I wouldn't even bother because it's just such a chore to play. Another thing that is controversial opinion on my part is that I think C1 is completely unnecessary. I mean, that's a skill issue. I don't think it's that big of a skill issue. I think it's relatively easy to play, Hu Tao with the hopping, instead of the charge attack, dash, charge attack, dash. I think charge attack, hop, charge attack, hop, charge attack, hop is just as good, just as easy to play. And I don't think it's necessary to get C1. I think Homa is more important to me than C1. Again, this is the checklist. You need Zhongli, you need Xingqiu, and you need a Staff of Homa. And then I would roll for Hu Tao. If I didn't have those three things, I would not roll for Hu Tao. So she's coming up. If you're thinking about rolling for her, that's my opinion on the matter. And I'm just showing my other, somewhat meta teams. This is my Ganyu Melt team. I got Venti when I first started the game. Really happy I got Venti because he made a lot of the early abysses doable. Xiangling is essential. Xiangling is C6. Bennett is C5. Do not C6 Bennett. I know there's people who say it doesn't really matter. It matters to me. I don't want to pyro infuse things. I want him to be as versatile as possible, so I don't C6 him. There are definitely people who argue you should. The damage bonus is worth it. I don't think it is. So it's C0 Venti, perfectly good. C6 Xiangling. I think C4 is where the most valuable constellation. But even at C0, I think Xiangling's really good. Ganyu is C1, really doesn't need C1. Just got lucky one day and got it. Doesn't really add a lot. Bennett, C1 is essential, helps you heal. Yeah, this is the original team I used to run. With Ningguang. I recently got her C6. She was not C6. Xingqiu is C5. So he's not even C6. And he's still pretty good. I'm just waiting for the next event to get my 6 Xingqiu. Because that's really good. Deals a lot more damage. But this is the team that I ran with the whole time. I even ran it on multi-target teams. Hu Tao is a single target hero. She specializes in that. But I ran on her. She dealt so much damage with Homa and this team that I just ran her on every abyss, and even with abyss with a bunch of enemies on screen, I would still run it with Hu Tao in this team. I would use the elemental school from Ningguang to try to AoE, and Hu Tao's elemental burst to try to AoE things down. I used to run it on a Crimson Witch set, but now it's a Shimenawa set. So now it's the Shimenawa set has higher stats, but I would have loved to have been able to farm a Crimson Witch set with good stats, but it was just too difficult. Farming Ember and Shimenawa is so much more efficient. Shimenawa and Ember you can put Emblem, not Ember. Emblem and Shimenawa you can put on pretty much almost every character. So it's like the most efficient use of resin is to farm that chamber. All your supports can use Emblem set. All your carries, almost all your carries can use your Shimenawa set. It's the best one. Yeah, going back to this, Venti is great. I know a lot of people hate Venti, but Venti is great. C0. Ganyu is great. C0. Oh, the most important part of this team is that Ganyu's built DPS, but the other characters are all built with damage and energy recharge in mind, except for Bennett. Bennett is HP energy recharge in mind. But the other, Xiangling and Venti, you need a lot of energy recharge, because I just want to pop their ultimates, their burst attacks, like anytime they come up. Whenever they're up, I want to pop their burst attacks. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to stall. Just you need damage on them is great, but the energy recharge for me is a priority. Okay, this is the team. I don't really use this because I prefer not to, but this is the highest, from what I can tell from other content creators I watch and stuff I read, and from personal use. This is the highest single target damage team in the game. Especially now that I have engulfing lightning in a C3 raiden. I know there's talk of like Nilou Hyperbloom is close, but I think that's only close to better in damage if you fight like a lot of targets. But if you're fighting a boss character, this easily surpasses. I think this easily surpasses Nilou Hyperbloom. But I can't confirm it because I don't have a Nilou Hyperbloom. This is just what other people say. This is my Mona Freeze team, Ganyu Freeze team. Mona is hard to build. Like, you need energy recharge so she can pop our ultimate over and over again, but you want as much damage and elemental mastery as possible. Crit elemental mastery. Because sometimes I also use her as to break fire shields. What's really useful about her is that if you keep tapping right click, or if you keep tapping her dash, every time she comes up out of the ground, she splashes the shields and deals water damage. So you don't even really need that much damage to break water shield. You just run up to somebody with a fire shield and you just keep tapping right click and she'll just dash the shield down. And it's really useful. I think also important is Venti is the same build he's always is. Diona is built like a Bennett, HP energy recharge. Ganyu, you need a good freeze set with her. You need a good like cryo set from the on top of Dragon Spine. They have that artifact you need, and I don't have a good one. I have my Ganyu's on Wanderers for the melt comp, and I don't really use the freeze team that often because the artifacts I have are just not good enough. My Wanderers is far superior. Don't know what I'm doing here. Talking about my Ningguang. I love Ningguang. I love her outfit. I built her up to 90. Debating whether I should triple crown her. I think I might have already. But, she's pretty great. What am I doing? Yeah, Mona Freeze team. Oh, Raiden Hyper Carry. This team is supposedly very good. I have a C6 Sara. I don't really use it for some reason. I just don't prefer to use it, but it's good. It's really good. Anyways, yeah, I have him on Black Tassel. I have him on Archaic Petra and Noblesse Oblige. I have him on full HP Sands, HP Goblet, HP Helmet, and crit on each piece, damage on each, damage stats for everything else. So it's kind of a hybrid build, but it's not really recommended by most content creators to do that. But that's how I build it, because I want the shield and I want the damage, so I have something that he's okay at both defense and offense. Ganyu's Wanderer, Amos Bow, R1. I just got my C3 Raiden with engulfing lightning. Very pleased. On the emblem set, you have to. I was debating whether to put her on energy recharge sans attack goblet, or I was debating attack goblet or electro goblet, and I think I landed on electro goblet. I think it does more damage. Most people agree nowadays. Kazuha I don't really use because he doesn't have any constellations. I don't have Freedom Sworn. Ningguang I use because I just like Ningguang. Have it on the Gladiator, Archaic Petra. Xiangling, essential. Anybody with a Xiangling needs to build Xiangling. Every constellation Xiangling has, C4 especially, very good. Have her on the catch. She's just like one of the best pyro characters, if not the best pyro character. Venti, I really like. A lot of people don't like Venti. I really like Venti. Of course, Viridescent set. Jean I like, but I don't use. Nahida I just rolled because I like having Archons. Mona, very good. No way to guarantee her, unfortunately, but she's a really good character, support character. I guess you could make her DPS if you want, but she's just so versatile, so good at breaking fire shields. She makes a lot of teams work, mainly the Mona Freeze team. Back in the day, she used to be used for her ult to get... They used to do like damage tests, like that kind of content was all over YouTube, where they would just build her high EM, high crit damage, and like try to see how high they could get the damage numbers to. Hu Tao, great single target DPS character. Again, I would not recommend rolling for her unless you had Zhongli, Xingqiu, and the Staff of Homa. C1, most people say, is really, really good. I don't think it's necessary as someone who's been playing Hu Tao for a long time. It definitely is convenient, but I think you should just save your primos and not do C1. I think if you've got the primos to spare, it's nice, but it's unnecessary. It's my Sucrose I don't really use. Diona I do use for the Mona Freeze. I have her C6. I don't know what her constellations do. I don't even know if they're that useful. I have a C6 Sara. C6 Sara is the only Sara you should use for that team. For the Sara, Bennett, Kazuha, Raiden team, it's either C6 or that team is just not that useful. It's just useless. Sara, anything less than C6 is pretty useless. So unless you have C6 Sara, I probably wouldn't even think about trying that team. It's kind of like a waste of time. C5 Bennett, very happy I did not C6 him. I know there's a big debate about whether the C6 deals a lot of damage, and it's worth it. Personally, I prefer the versatility. No C6 Bennett. Can't wait till the next event. Finally get my C6 Xingqiu. C6 Xingqiu is very, very good. Anyways, I think that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. If you like what you've seen here, please like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed watching this as much as I enjoyed making it. And take care.